To sum up then, is there, I think in a way we'll be repeating stuff, but what would be, say, your top three lessons out of the long time you've now been associated with Chinese markets?
Number one is the Chinese market has developed a lot in the last couple of decades, certainly since opening up. And before, it used to be the mindset and the thinking was, how do we teach the Chinese, how to do things
Sure.
better, right? How do we do things? This is how we do things in Australia or America, and
Yeah.
look at how great we are. Now it's different. The Chinese have their own infrastructure, business infrastructure, market infrastructure, and it's suited to the Chinese market, of course, and it works. And a lot of it is world class. So we can't really teach the Chinese very much about how they should run and do things in their
Sure.
own market.
Yeah.
Where we do have an advantage is there is certain technology, certain IP, certain know-how that is better. And how do you basically take that and put that into the Chinese market? So what I'm trying to say is it's important to have a product where you can almost have a monopolistic or oligopolistic advantage, right? It is
Great.
not something that anybody else can easily copy or get their hands on the same supply that you have.
Yeah.
Then you're onto something good, whether that's through IP or limited natural resources or limited supply or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, number one. Number two is the point that I made earlier. So you've got that thing that the Chinese can't copy, they can't get their hands on. Then, if you go and try to do that yourself, as 100% yourself, as an Aussie company, it's hard. I don't want to discourage them and say you can't do it. Maybe you can, but it's hard. So then, think about how do you find the right Chinese partner, whether it's an individual or a group of individuals or a company, and tap into their intrinsic entrepreneurial drive and hunger and abilities, because the Chinese make incredible entrepreneurs whilst protecting yourself through lawyers, through IP, through the right structures to make sure that you don't lose your shirt in the process. But how do you tap into that entrepreneurial talent that exists in China
Sure.
already? The third one is a related point, and it's a critical point, and that is this question of staffing and the people that you have in China. It's related to the second because I do think it's very difficult as a foreign company to yourself go and find the right staff.
Yes.
It's partly something that you can let your Chinese partners help you do, but it is really important to bring particular aspects. I do think Western management, there are particular aspects to it that I do think are really beneficial in a Chinese environment. Some aren't, right? There are some things when you're managing staff in China, there are some things that just work the Chinese way, right? But there are other things around creating engagement, creating a sense of loyalty around the company, creating a purpose, for there are things that management disciplines that I think foreign companies have that I think are good things to put into a Chinese franchise or enterprise. They would be the three. They
Okay.
would be the three things that I would say.